That lovely physical versus digital debate in the gaming world has been talked about at length. But PlayStation recently announced a new twist in this story that might leave you second guessing. But find out why. Up next. What's up, guys? This is KLO, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So, over the weekend, a rather big story hit the internet, and it pertains to the idea of physical games and what ownership of those games actually means. Over the weekend, RGT85 put out a video going over this bizarre policy that was implemented in Sony's terms of service. And of course, as always, I recommend you go check out that video, which of course will be linked below. But at first glance, the policy claims you cannot sell your physical PlayStation games. This is all under the resell category under line 7.1, which does state, quote, "You must not resell either disc-based games or digital games, unless expressly authorized by us, and if the publisher is another company, additionally by the publisher." Now, when I first came across this, my mind immediately goes back to the thing I think sunk the Xbox One generation right off the bat, and that's where they revealed this similar style of resale method, or lack thereof. But when people were made aware of this policy over the weekend, everyone went into an uproar thinking they just installed this policy here. And oddly enough, that's not the case here, seeing how this rule has existed within the terms of service since the times of the PS4 back in 2013. Sohei Yoshida at the time responded to somewhat similar kind of unrest back then with this here tweet that read, quote, "If you're concerned about our new European terms of service, we confirm that you are able to sell or share your disc PS4 products, including in the EU. Now, that last line is very important to keep in mind here, because as of right now, this policy is one that only exists within select markets around the world, one of which being the EU. And to kind of calm everyone down just a little bit, no, PlayStation will not stop you from selling your games. There really isn't a way for PlayStation to enforce this policy, even if they really wanted to. And if they did, I'm sure by now we would have entered some legal problems at some point, which I'm sure Sony does not want to be involved in. But no matter how you slice it, there is a problem with this policy and how it's written. And I just no doubt think there's some type of lost context here, especially with the overall message that PlayStation is in fact trying to send here. I don't know, it's just a weird thing to come across in the headlines. And Sony just appears as if they're not going to explain themselves here. But if you come across this video today, just know you have no reason to worry about physical media. No, Sony won't ban you from reselling your games. And at the end of the day, I just think this is some weird out of context messaging that PlayStation is sending out there to its consumers. Hopefully with this coming back into the limelight and getting the attention it has gotten over the past few days, Sony decides to revisit this all and fix their wording. But seeing how this was apparently an issue 10 years ago and they kind of just shrugged that one off, I honestly don't think they're gonna do anything here. Also, a quick little bit for you guys. We covered the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League just a few months back. Since then, the game has gone back into the oven and got retooled a little bit. And recently, a few people got to experience the game in a closed beta. Now, when they did participate in this beta, they signed an NDA. But that never stopped anyone before now, did it? I think it's no secret people were intrigued not only of the game's overall state at this point, but some people did want to know about the story too. Well, leaks have gotten out about the game's story, and Rocksteady is not happy about this one bit. And they released this here statement. Quote, "We're looking forward to players experiencing the story we've crafted in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We hope everyone can play the game and feel each moment of the narrative for themselves. It is very disappointing to see details being shared ahead of the game's release. So we can only urge you to try and avoid spoilers where you can. And please try not to impact enjoyment of other players by posting spoilers. We look forward to seeing you all in Metropolis on 2/2/24. So if you're somebody who is looking forward to this game, just be careful when you're online. But hey, with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. I don't know. I never trust corporations when it comes to the terms of service, but is this one a problem that we should be looking out for later down the road? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.